coming to you courtesy of the Art of Reinvention show and the I Am Teflon John brand. I hope you guys are having a great week because I know I am. I have a special guest tonight, and tonight's show is called Walk on Water. And we're using walk on water as a phrase because you all know that Peter walked on water, meaning that in order for him to walk on water, Peter had to have enough faith to step off the boat. And tonight's guest did just that. He stepped off the boat of fear, he stepped off the boat of being comfortable, and he walked towards his dream. So tonight, I want to introduce or let my guest introduce himself to you all.
Hey, how's everyone doing? My name is Matt Southerland. I am a musician. I'm a singer in the band Bad Citizen in New York. I'm the owner of Sevendream Music record label, and also I work at Blind Barber, which is one of New York's top barber shops.
Okay, Matt. So, and when you say that you're, a barber, you got your own record label going on, those are great things, man. Because me and you go way back to when we were in Lynchburg and you were first starting cutting hair. And I remember we were
Yes, sir.
music, making beats. So, um, how do you feel that music has changed? Just to kind of throw off something, how do you think music has changed from when we got into it in 2006 to now?
Let's see here. Well, I feel like a lot of music. There's been some good evolution. There's been some good um, change in various genres. I'm mostly familiar with rock and hip hop and pop. So um, I think there's been some interesting and innovations with music. But then I feel like as far as the quality of music, I feel like some of it is a bit watered down. But I think that there's some artists now that are stepping up and uh, just noticing that and stepping up the game. So um, yeah, it's good to see that. It's good to see some more complex and deeper um, direction with music.
Yeah, man, and I agree because I remember when we were doing it, like music was everybody had their own style. You see, like a lot of mimicking. So now we're going to get to that as far as the music and as far as everything great that you're doing. But let's start from the beginning. How and where did you grow up?
So I was born in Sheepshead Bay, Brooklyn, New York. I lived there until I was about 8 years old. Then I moved to Lynchburg, Virginia, with my family, and grew up there.
Got you. Okay, okay, man. So now, when it comes to your home bringing, like how pivotal was it? Like, did you have both parents in the home, or was it a single parent home, or how was that?
So I had both parents in the home. I grew up in a very broken, dysfunctional home. My father was he was schizophrenic, and he had he had his mental challenges and everything. So that made it really difficult growing up. It made me very shy and very to myself. So I feel like that's still something that I've broken out of my shell a lot, but I feel like that's something that I still kind of wrestle with because I did grow up that way. So, but yeah, so um, yeah, it was a challenge growing up. You know,
Got
my
you.
father was very abusive and physically to my mother and my siblings and I. So that was a huge challenge growing up like that. You know.
Got you. Now, when you say it was a challenge, did that hinder you from going after your goals, or did that hinder you from doing anything that you set out to do in life?
No, no, not in any way at all. I mean, basically, I think it made me stronger, definitely. And I've seen it bring people down to the point where uh, they're just broken down and they're dysfunctional themselves. But I definitely have my challenges with it. But it's definitely made me stronger in the end. It made me. Music was my and still is my safe space and the place that I go to just uh, it's my escape, you know. So, and that's really what it was back then as well, you know. So that really helped me growing up.
Got you. So would you say that your struggle was connected to your passion? It helps you connect to your passion of music.
Yes, definitely, definitely. It was the outlet that I needed at that time, you know, and still. So you know, I was really into metal back in those days. I grew up listening to metal behind my dad's back. Like we couldn't listen to anything. We couldn't even listen to like Michael Jackson or anything on the radio, you know. So like, you know, me and my brothers, we chose like, you know, the most potent of poisons, and we got into like, you know, the heaviest of metal, and you know, I feel like that was a great outlet for me, you know, just to be able to, you know, I'm a singer, so I was doing metal vocals, I was, you know, screaming a lot, I was jumping around on stage, so that was like really something that helped me, and like I said, it helps me now. You know, there's so many things that go on in life, you know, still to this day that all of us have to deal with. So it's a great outlet for me just to, you know, let out some steam and you know, have some type of positive transformation of that negativity.
Got you. So it seems that, even though that you had a rough upbringing, even though you had a rough home, that you lived in a dysfunctional household, you didn't let it get you down. You didn't let that prevent you from going after what you wanted to do. Now, fast forward to when I met you, when you were in Lynchburg, you were just getting started cutting hair.
Hmm.
I remember you being just a guy of passion, man, just wanting to go after everything. And I remember, some people may have criticized you for that. Like, what is your advice to people that are being criticized for wanting to go after their dreams and wanting to do a lot, like being a multitasker?
Well, I mean, you're always going to be criticized. You know, Michael Jordan was criticized, Michael Jackson was criticized. You know, eh, Jesus was criticized. You know, so it's like, you know, you can be the greatest of the great, and you're always going to find some opposition, you know. So none of that matters, you know. And those people that criticize you, they're really criticizing themselves.
Yeah,
And you know, uh, I feel like that's just an opportunity for you to for us to be bigger people and give them some compassion, because you know they're coming from a low vibrational place, you know, where they're uncomfortable with their life. So you know, I think it deserves some compassion, because I've had people in my life, you know, that that were very like critical of me, or you know, they were kind of standoffish with me, and then they we turned out to be great friends in the end. So I think that's the ultimate goal, you know, just transforming again, you know, negative to positive.
yeah. So when it comes to, when you were in Lynchburg, like what happened? What lit that fire for you to actually wanting to go after something bigger than where you were?
So, well, there was one situation where there was a band that I ended up joining, and we had a touring opportunity. The band was called Ghosts of Fallen Age. So we had a touring opportunity. I went on tour with them, and I had to leave like everything. Like, you know, I left my apartment, and I ended up moving to Richmond for a very short time. I was in the band for a short time, so I moved to Richmond, and I was trying to find a job when I was in Richmond, but there wasn't a barber shop that was suitable for me. So I ended up working at a Master Cuts in the mall, actually, that was in Richmond, and that wasn't working out for me. So basically, I had to move back to Lynchburg. I left the band. I moved back to Lynchburg, and you know, it just like for me, it was like, you know, the feeling of, you know, oh, I can't survive if I go somewhere else, because I didn't have the tool set, you know. So you know, to make money like anywhere I wanted to go. So you know, my main uh, money making venture was always barbering in the beginning, you know. So you know, I basically wanted to be able to go anywhere and cut hair. So I went. I had a girlfriend at the time that introduced the Aveda Institute to me, and there was one in D.C. So I knew if I went to this school that I could get, in a short amount of time, a year, I could get the skill set to, amplify uh, what I already knew how to do as far as cutting hair, just take me to the next level, and be able to just go anywhere with it. So I did that for a year, and that basically brought me to the level to where I can go anywhere in the world now, and make a substantial income to support myself and support my music. So that was the initial pull for me. I wanted to. I knew that if I gained this enhanced skill set from my hair career, that it would support my music anywhere that I went.
Got you. Now, would you say that your like the purpose of doing hair, like one passion fed another passion, or open up doors for you to go after that passion of music?
Yeah, and it definitely, it still does. I've met uh, two bandmates through cutting hair. I've met major label musicians. I've met major label uh, people that work at record labels. I've connected with graphic designers, producers. Everyone that I've connected with people that have enabled me to make the music and also create, branding uh, for my record label. So yeah, it's and back then, I think just connecting with people, no matter uh, for music or outside of that, there's always it's always going to bridge you to something that is going to be a positive force in your life. But yeah, definitely with music.
Got you. Now, could you like expand on the significance of networking? And, by you bringing up the importance of meeting people, because I believe networking is a tool that a lot of people shy away from. Either they're shy or they're afraid of being rejected. But it seems like to me that in order for you to get where you are now, you had to network or build some type of network in order to use your talents to get where you wanted to be.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, networking is so important. And I learned the power of networking through I did a network marketing um, business. I worked with a network marketing business when I was working at Diamond Cuts. Actually, it was called Tahitian Noni Juice, and actually, it it didn't turn out to be you know what I wanted it to be, but I learned a lot of valuable networking techniques through it, and that's helped me in the real world. And not only that, but just naturally, like being in the music scene, going to shows and talking to bands, talking to promoters, talking to people in the crowd. It just came naturally after a while. And then being a barber, you meet all types of people, um, and yeah, you can
Got
you can get to the next level of where you want to go when you're networking. It's just that simple.
Got you. Now, when it comes to you, like when I knew you, and I remember you were telling me, like, "Hey, man, like I want to go after something different, man. I'm thinking about moving." Could
Yeah.
you take me through that process where you may have been telling people, "Hey, I'm going to New York. I'm going to do my thing," and could you take me through like some of the criticism and how um, how it went from thought to dealing with criticism to actually going? Could you walk me through that?
Let's see. As far as criticism goes, I think I think the only thing I could really think of as far as criticism, I think a lot of people were happy that I was leaving. I think I had more criticism after I left and was away for a while, and people were like, "Oh, he's like really gone now." Like he's not just you know he's not just taking a year off and coming back. He's it's been 5 years and 6, 7, 8 years, 9 years. So I think I kind of faced a little more criticism after the fact. But I think naturally, I think it's just I think it's just a safety thing with mothers and their children. Like my mom, she was very like why are you moving, and this is a bad area and stuff like that. And like I was moving to Maryland actually to go to school in DC. That was the first time that I moved. So I think she was just naturally protective, and that's like in a mother's nature to be like that. And I'm her youngest son, so it was understanding. Um, you know, and so I feel like uh, that's the only type of real criticism that I had. But beyond that, like after I made the move and uh, was making moves in my life, my mom was like, oh, and she was just mad supportive of me. So that's the only critique that I could think of.
Okay, now for you to take that big step, man, because I'm pretty sure it's a lot of people that want to go in that direction. They may want to go to college, they may want to go back to school, they may want to move to relocate, go after another job. Like, what advice can you give them? Because I know when you left, you told me like you really didn't have a lot of money. You were going after what you wanted. So, what advice can you give to those that have it in here, or just have it as a thought in their head as something they want to do, but they keep contemplating and they're not moving on it?
Just go for it. When I moved to New York, I feel like New York was like the bigger move because, when I moved to DC, I didn't have any intention on moving to New York. Actually, I didn't know what I was gonna do after my schooling. I entertained the idea of staying in DC and working there, and doing music there, and I just kind of left my options open. And my best friend, she actually was the one that asked me to move uh, with her. So basically, um, yeah, just do it. Like when I moved to New York, I think I had maybe $250 in my pocket. Um, very little money. I had a job interview. I had a friend, like I said, my best friend. Luckily, uh, she was very easy on me in the beginning. She was like, just get on your feet, do what you have to do, and you'll be fine. So I owe a lot to her for that.
Wow, that's great.
And yeah, you know, I didn't have a plan really. I'm not gonna say don't have a plan, but I didn't have one. My thing was just like go for it. Like get to the next level. This is like I saw that if I wanted to get to the next level, I had to do this and I had to do that and I had to be in this position. Positioning, that's a huge thing. Putting yourself in the position in which you're gonna have opportunities. Like I have more opportunities now that I stepped out of the box. Personally for myself, not for everyone, but when I left Lynchburg, there aren't as many opportunities there for me as far as what I want to do for my personal dreams as there are as me being in New York. So for someone else, it might be good for them to stay in the same place and just look around and see what type of opportunities they have locally. But if you feel like you have an opportunity somewhere else that's going to get you to the next level, that's where you need to go. So like no matter how much money you have, there's going to be a way. You just need to have faith, and that's what your show is called, Walk on Water. You have to, and that's like I said, I have a visual of that. this is
Yeah,
my this is my walk on water right here.
that's cool, man. It's
It's
cool.
all about. It's all. Oh, sorry. Hold on one second. It's all about faith right here. This is a samurai walking on water. This was done by Jesus Vance, by the way. Shout out to Jesus. I still love this tattoo, and I still get a lot of compliments on it. So it's a samurai walking on water. So that represents me. Like I see myself as like a samurai, kind of like a an honorable, you know, I I think very highly of just the samurai uh, law. Just honor and just being strong, but at the same time, you know, yeah, just being honorable, strong, and all that. Anyway, but I also think very highly of Jesus, of Christ. So like I grew up as a Christian. I don't necessarily consider myself a Christian anymore. I'm very open spiritually. I practice Nichiren Buddhism. I meditate, but I still pray to Jesus as well. So I feel like you know. Uh, that same type of faith being about miracles and being about just defying the odds, um, and going against not going against but uh, letting that opposition go over your head or go underneath you, jumping over it or walking on it. So yeah, it's all about, you just got to have faith. You just got to step out and do your thing.
Got
Just
you.
know in your heart that it's what you want, and go for it. And you're gonna face opposition, but things will add up, and you'll get to where you need to go.
Got you, Matt. Now, how important was your surrounding, like going to New York or going to a new surrounding? Like, did that motivate you more about having more people going after their dreams? Like, was it a difference? Was it a push?
Definitely. I feel like New York is called the big city of dreams. So like most people here that have moved here, or people that have grown up here as well, everyone's got a dream. Everyone has a dream for a better life, to make their own personal dreams come true. So you have so many like-minded individuals in the same place. The energy is just crazy, and people help each other to accomplish their dreams. Whatever. It's like with my music, it's like, oh, I'm cutting someone's hair in my chair, and they're, a graphic designer. I'm like, oh, I need a logo for my record label. Could you help me out with that? And they're like, oh yeah, I can help you out with that. And they might have something that they need help with. So it's like one hand washes the other. People, you know, lift each other up, and everybody uh, uses each other as a resource, and to get where we're trying to go. So yeah.
Got you. Okay, so we had you coming up in a dysfunctional home. You had to fight a lot of adversity. You getting to the point where you realized what you wanted to do. You stepped out on faith, began to walk on water. Now, where are you now with your record label? With your cutting hair, and with your band. Can you get in some details with that?
Yeah, so I'll start with cutting hair. So yeah, I've been a barber now. This summer will be 20 years, which is crazy to me because time has just flown by so quick. And I had some amazing mentors that got me to the point where I'm at. And my biggest one, Chris Williams at Williams Barbershop. Shout out to Chris. um, yeah, he not only Chris not only got me to the point of where I needed to be when I was a barber, to become a successful barber, but he also, my father being, having the mental challenges that he had. Chris was he was the person in my life that just showed me how to be a man, basically. And I value him very much and love him very much for that. So um, you know that went beyond um, cutting hair. That went into just who I am as a person, as a man, and a yeah. So but yeah, cutting hair, it goes deep, man. The barber trade is a deep trade. It goes all the way back to ancient Egypt, to modern times, where we have these cordless, you know, electronic instruments now, and there's lots of technology. But yeah, I work at one of the top barbershops in New York. It's amazing. It's called Blind Barber. There's um, a few locations all over the nation, and yeah, I've been working there for 2 years. I work at the we have a location at Barney's, New York, and Chelsea, which is a very trendy um, area to live in New York. And it's also Barney's is a very high end, trendy, fashionable store where you have like the top fashion. You might pay uh, well lots of money for a pair of jeans. So yeah, but the barbershop that I work at, it's we focus on just a traditional quality service, um, in the uh, in the vein of the classic uh, traditional American barbershop. So yeah, we have an amazing team. We have a fun environment, very chill, laid back, but professional environment. So I love it. Um, so that's where I'm at with cutting hair. Um, and let's see, music. Um, I've been in a band called Bad Citizen for the last 3 years. We've been playing um, locally around here in New York. We've been we've been just what's the word for it? I don't want to say grinding, but we've been grinding.
Yeah, grinding it
we've
out.
we started uh we're pretty like unknown in the beginning. We're still building our fan base, but people know who we are now. Like people in the rock scene, the underground rock scene, they know who we are. We're still building our fan base, still building um, our music. We're writing a new EP right now. We have one EP. We have two music videos that are on YouTube. Our EP is called Citizens Rise. You can find it on Spotify, Apple Music, all the major um, music sites.
Okay.
Yeah, so right now we're writing some new music. I'm sorry, we're recording our new EP. We're getting ready to do a show January 20th at Knitting Factory in Brooklyn. So yeah, well, right now we're really focused on the recording. We've hit a new level, a higher level of just knowing each other, knowing our music direction. Um, so yeah, we're evolving and we're climbing. So and then my record label just started the record label last summer, um, and I have a friend by the name of Houston Shakar. He was the first artist to release a single on the label. He's amazing. Um, and then I released the second release on the label. I also write my own music, so I released a track and a video, and also there's going to be a third release from Lynchburg, actually. Um, an artist by the name of Mark Carey, and he's a rock artist. He's amazing. He's going to be releasing in May.
Great.
So and he and I have been friends for a long time. He used to be in a band called Spookenoff, and he wrote this amazing song called "Skies Falling," and I mixed it, and we just got it back. We just got the master back the other day, and it sounds amazing. So we
Great.
can't wait to share that with you guys. And yeah, also, like I said, I do my own solo music. I produce. Um, I'm I'm producing a hip hop instrumental right now. That's something I need to talk to you about.
Yeah,
We
most
need
definitely.
to, yeah, we need to get on some beats, man. I'm also, I have, I'm building a network of hip hop instrumentalists and hopefully some MCs as well. Hopefully some from Lynchburg, and
Yeah.
You know who I'm talking to right here.
That's great, man.
I want to, it's, I think the beautiful thing about networking again is that once you get to where you can be, where you're, where you're comfortable, you can bring other people with you. So that's my full intention. Like first and foremost, I need to get myself in the position to succeed and to make my dreams come true, and then it's other people. You're coming up with me. If you want to take this journey with me, whatever type of music that you do, you're into barbering, you're into the hair industry, you're just a good person, whatever I can help you with to make you, uh, make your dreams come true. I'm here for you. It's all love, period.
That's great, man. It's great, and I feel like we've learned a lot from you, Matt. And just
Thank you, bro.
how to deal with adversity. I appreciate you coming on the show, but I think some very important takeaways is how to deal with adversity, and don't allow your past to dictate your future. And I think you did a great job of that, man. Because I would have never known that you went through half of what you went through just by your positive attitude and by your love for people, man. Like I said, keep doing what you're doing, keep grinding. And another good takeaway is just the importance of networking. Don't be afraid to reach out. Matt's in New York, and I'm in Appomattox. Right across from Lynchburg. So we still keep in contact. And
Right.
every contact Matt's made, I'm pretty sure he'll share. And just by us doing this video, we're bringing both of our audiences together. So never be afraid to collaborate. You can get more done with two people than you can one. And Matt, like I said, man, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate everything that you're doing. Keep grinding, keep pushing, and I wish you the best of luck. But for everyone that's watching this show, it's called Walk on Water because you've seen, where Matt could have stayed in Lynchburg and he may not be at the Blind Barbershop. He may not be in Bad Citizen. So hadn't he got off the boat of fear, everything you want in life is on the other side of fear. So hadn't he crossed that path, he wouldn't be where he is now, or it would have taken him longer. So we just want to motivate you guys that if it's something you want to do, like Matt said, just do it. Go out. Don't be afraid to fail. Failure is a good thing. When you fail, you're going to learn. Failure is going to give you a lot of lessons and it's going to give you a lot of knowledge and experience. I'm going to say it again. It's going to give you a lot of knowledge and experience that's going to take you a long way. You got anything else you'd like to say,
Sir.
Matt?
Um, yeah, I just want to shout out to a few people right now. I want to shout out to my mom. I love you. Thank you for always supporting me. I want to shout out to Chris Williams. Love you, brother. I want to shout out to all of my fam, Williams Barbershop, Maceo. I want to shout out to all my fam at Diamond Cuts, Paul, Jared, Tim. Paul's opening his own barbershop. Congrats to him, Paulie's Barbershop. I want to shout out to my brothers and sisters. I love you all. And I want to shout out to everyone. Like, like our nation's in a very weird place right now. But I just want to tell everyone that, regardless, just show love to each other. Show love to each other. Have compassion. And just be there for one another. No matter where you come from, no matter anything, just love. Okay.
Good words, great words, man. And I'm just
Thank you,
want to go
brother.
ahead and end this broadcast. And hey, and if you guys like what's going on, please share this broadcast. Please interact. Please just give us some hearts and some likes. And don't forget that Derek Polly is running for Lynchburg City Council. You can vote Tuesday, May 1st. And don't forget, I have some other shows as well. So please continue to support this. I'm going to continue to have powerful guests on here to have a good message. And as I always say, one love, be blessed.
And one more thing. I want to shout out to my friends back home. I want to shout out to Andy, Ernie. I want to shout out to Jamie Bates, Chris Collins. Who else? Mark Carey. Uh, who else do I need to shout out to? Kelly Rayford. Josh, Liliana, Joogie.
A lot of love, a lot of love.
Love to everybody.
Yeah, yeah.
And keep
So
keep going with your dreams. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't do anything. Just know it's in here and know it's in there and know it's out in the universe and know that you can do anything.
Powerful words, Matt. Powerful words. So we'll see you on the next broadcast. One love. Be
Take care,
blessed.
brother.